For tonight's dinner, I'm actually doing carnivore style beef nachos. The twist to this is utilizing pork rinds instead of corn chips. So I wanted to show you what I picked up for my week 2 90-day carnivore challenge. I just came from the store. I am going to actually run my salmon bites again. If you didn't see my week 1, check it out. I'll show you in that video. I actually showed you how I cooked the salmon bites. Those were so good, I'm running it again. Also, I'm gonna do me some nachos, which is gonna be with the grass-fed beef, some actual bacon, and I'm gonna use these pork rinds, which have no sugar added. As I mentioned before, I'm not quite there with the no spices, so I thought this was good. I'm gonna use these. I did see where someone made their own simulation of pork rinds, and I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm gonna try it. So tonight, I'm gonna actually do some pork rinds with the sour cream, and I'm gonna do the ground beef and bacon. Also for this week, I'm gonna do me some sausage and shrimp kebabs. I had some shrimp left over, so I'm gonna add that in and make me some sausage and shrimp kebabs. And then I'm gonna make me a Parmesan crusted chicken on a stick. Now, the recipe called for chicken breasts. I prefer chicken thighs, so I'm gonna actually just do mine with chicken thighs. And this is just chicken thighs with Parmesan and cream cheese and your seasoning of choice. So I just want to show you what I have for my week 2 90-day challenge. Week 1 went pretty good. I cannot complain. I actually ate good. I did fine for me. I don't really like repeating things over and over and over again like that quiche I did. I ended up putting some in the freezer, but I just want to show you, and then I'll also show you my meal preps for each one of these, with the exception of the salmon bites. You need to just go back and watch my first video where I showed you how to do it, and we'll keep week 2 going. Okay, so I previously cooked down my bacon, and now I'm ready to actually cook my hamburger meat. Now, this is the container that I showed you that I'm keeping my bacon grease in, and it's still liquid to the top because I just poured the bacon grease from what I just cooked earlier. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit in the pan to get ready to cook my hamburger meat for my nachos. And again, I'm doing some nachos with pork rinds tonight, so I'm gonna show you how that goes. But I'm gonna let the pan heat, and then I'll come back and fry my hamburger meat. So my grease is getting hot, but it's not quite there, but I need to spread it out just a little bit. And it's almost there. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. And tonight I'm using my name brand grocery store HEB here, 100% grass fed. Last week I used a different one. I'm actually also using the 85-15%, so 85%, 15% fat. I like to try to get it with more fat in it, but this is what I'm going to use tonight, and it's no antibiotics and no growth hormones in this one. So I'm thinking this is probably going to be about the same as what I used last week when I did my actual breakfast frittata with hamburger meat. So let's get this frying. I'm going to add my red salt. probably is too much, but if you're not familiar, you know, if you're doing the carnivore, you need to make sure you have enough salt in your diet, but this is way too much, so I'm gonna just dispose the extra. I like using freshly ground pepper. And I am not strict carnivore yet. As I've noted earlier, I'm still in the adaptation phase, so I still use seasoning. So tonight I'm going to use some onion powder. And I don't have any gut issues, so I didn't like totally eliminate everything as far as seasoning goes. And right now I'm actually wearing a continuous glucose monitor, seeing how different things are still impacting my blood glucose. Now, I'm a pre-diabetic, not a diabetic, but I like from time to time wearing my continuous glucose monitor just to see where I'm at. I'm going to add some organic smoked paprika. Some garlic powder. Now, the recipe called for you to put garlic cloves in, but I'm not doing that tonight. I'm just using garlic powder. And I'm going to use a little bit of crushed red peppers. I do like spicy food. And I'm going to stir this. And sorry for cleaning this spoon spatula so hard when I was stirring it earlier. And I'm gonna let this cook down. And let me just change out utensils. So this is cooking down pretty good. Need to cook a little more. So while my ground beef is finishing up cooking, I'm actually gonna take my bacon that I cooked earlier and cut it up. Now the last time when I did the frittata, I just actually put it in the food processor. But today I want it to be a little thicker, so I'm actually gonna cut it up today. And you know, you just take it and kind of just cut it in chunks. But I'm probably not gonna use all this bacon, but I do want to have more thicker cuts of the bacon on my actual nachos this evening. I've also heated my oven up to 350. So my oven is heating, and I still have to cut up my cheese. I have to actually grate that in a minute. So as I showed you earlier, I purchased some Kerrygold Reserve hard block cheddar cheese, and I got some aged Kerrygold hard block cheese. I'm gonna shred both and mix them for the top of my nachos, and probably gonna have extra, so I'll have some for later to mix in some other items that I might cook during the week. Okay, so as I said, I'm actually going to be using rib back pork rinds, hot and spicy, for tonight. They actually have 0 sugar added. So when you go here, total carbs 1, includes total sugars, added sugar 0%. So that's good. And this is what I'm using tonight. And it does have paprika, salt, garlic powder, and some extractives of chili peppers in it. So I'm going to use this. Now, I'm probably not going to use this whole bag tonight because that would just be too much. So I'm just going to sprinkle these on here. And I know me, I'm going to eat but so much. I'm probably not going to put everything on there. I think that's enough for tonight. Then I'm gonna take some ground beef and put that on there. And this is a real simple dish. It's actually kind of, I almost have to hold it together to keep my rinds from falling over. So it's definitely going to be like nachos by the time it's all said and done. And this still looks like almost too much tonight, but we'll see. Now I'm going to just add my bacon. And again, this is the chopped bacon that I chopped up already, and I did it in bigger chunks. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that on top. Okay. Next is my mixed cheese. And that's just kind of going to go like so. I run the cheese on everything, so I'm kind of going to push it back together. And I'm going to put this in the oven, and the directions say put in the oven for about 10 minutes. And I forgot I wanted a little parsley. The recipe had fresh parsley, but I'm just going to put some dried parsley on top. And it's just this parsley flakes. And into the oven we go. And like I said, I got the oven set at 350. And I'm gonna set the timer for 10 minutes and see how it looks. And if I need to, I'll put it on for a little longer. So y'all, they have about 4 or 5 minutes left, but it is looking so good. I just want to see what the progress was. It looks great. Oh, and yes, that's 10 minutes, and it is good to go. So I ended up having leftover nachos, and what I'm gonna do is actually, to keep the crispiness of it, I am gonna just put these in the air fryer to let it cook for lunch today. I expected it was gonna be too much, so I'm just gonna put these in the air fryer for maybe 3 minutes. If longer, I'll look at it and check and see. But you know what? It kept very well. And if you don't have an air fryer, you can actually reheat your nachos up in the oven. That would be the preference, probably over the microwave.